Our goal for the new suburb is to build a sustainable, thriving, and attractive metropolis, brimming with culture, greenery, and infrastructure, which can cater for major sporting events such as the Olympics, World Cup, Winter Olympics, and others. Our town will have a balanced and stable economy, and many businesses will have the opportunity to open up and start a thriving line of specific indulgences and services.
The new suburb will be beneficial in the social, economic and environmental areas. Wayport will boost the economy through the amount of food, retail and hardware outlets in the suburb. This will open up job opportunities for people who live locally or people living nationwide or internationally. People can also come here to feel safe, organise family activities, participate in religious activities and also interact with others in the community. The suburb will provide a range of opportunities, and through a family-orientated approach to a philosophy that will be etched into the lives of these people, our suburb will ultimately help the sustainability of Australia.
We plan to have 5 sectors which will serve individual purposes in Wayport. The 5 include a residential land, industrial area, mixed land use, parklands, and a future growth area.
Next, we will describe the different sectors in our suburb.
This sector will include all housing types. This sector will also be home to community housing and retirement villages so that the suburb can also cater for other people. General practitioners and small medical outlets which will help to control any injuries that are life endangering. Issues that may arise in this area are slums, gangs and pollution. Along with this, limited greenery will become an issue due to the space being taken up by different residential buildings. Our suburb may also be subject to rising demands. The amount of housing needed to be built may affect our economy. Community activities will reduce gangs and slums.
The reason we are going to have transport in our town is so that people in our town can have a reliable way to get to places. Some issues with different types of transport around our city is that there will be a lot of pollution problems, like there are in many major cities. We may not be able to sustain some of these transport, especially the light rail. It also may be overwhelmed in areas of the city as it starts to grow. To combat these issues, we will build transports out of cheaper materials, and every Monday mornings we will have a clean up of the city. We will hire cleaners to tidy up the city to not have as much pollution around the city.
This sector will include green grass areas with playgrounds. There will be walking tracks and locations that are specifically for dogs and other animals. We will try to minimize the amount of man-made structures in the area to keep the sector as natural as possible. There will also be 20 wind turbines at the edge of the sector near the motorway, which will help to influence renewable energy use. The cost of using renewable energy sources will likely impact on the economy, especially the upkeep of the wind turbines, costing around 3 to 4 million to build. We will plant trees in a variety of areas to compensate for the space taken up for the infrastructures. We may also create zoos and parks so that we can ensure that we have a balance between nature and man-made structures. The industrial sector will contain facilities such as local hospitals, schools, and general practitioners. Churches will also be set up around the suburb, as well as community and retirement facilities. A large mall will provide people with their everyday needs, as well as provide additional job opportunities. The problems that could arise are that there may be personal disputes in terms of culture and also corruption. Some of the main strategies that can be used are that cultures can be united through community gatherings, activities, and also periods of time in which prices are decreased.
This sector will include areas for major events such as the World Cup or Olympics. Some issues is the population growing, so there may be food shortages and people may not afford rent, which can lead to homelessness. A high crime rate and public unrest may also affect the suburb. We will start to build more units that people can afford to live in the suburb, and we can also give more job opportunities in the form of plantation officers, builders and architects, social and community workers, and so on.
We believe that our population will begin at 15,000 and by 2038 will double at 30,000. These numbers show that our population will grow immensely during the early stages and will continue growing. The main issue with this is overpopulation, which will be mainly managed by housing through units, and also a substantial amount of enjoyment facilities. Through this, we will urbanize our suburb. We plan to urbanize the land that the Council of Newark has given us. Urbanization is a process of which populations grow, and therefore a town or suburb will begin to grow into something greater, such as a city. Examples of this can be found in Sydney City, in which rapid growth has enabled the population to modernize the environment around them. This can act as a pull factor, engaging audiences and tempting people into migrating into our suburb, and also enable trade with other countries, which can boost our economy. In conclusion, we believe that Wayport will be beneficial to Sydney and Australia as a whole, especially its people and its sustainability. Wayport will provide Australians with all new job opportunities in a new and clean environment. Wayport will also boost the Australian economy through up-and-coming popular attractions, restaurants, retail outlets, and all other cosmetics. Wayport will be the suburb of the future.